Hello, and welcome to 304 BB Hits. We are here in a makeshift studio enjoying some heated seats in the Kia with hashtag Rachel Moy and Slim Red. We haven't broadcast in a couple weeks. We are going to...
This is just... we don't have anything planned today. We're just kind of giving you...
got some new information. Yeah. We have some stories we're going to follow up on. We've touched base a little bit on them in the past. But right now we were discussing 21 Pilots. And listening to your kids' music, or being turned on to your kids' music, and not necessarily, like, something inside of you, I said, makes you feel weird. Like, my daughter, when she was 12, like, every kid between, like, 10 and 12 nowadays with YouTube videos want to run up and show them to you. Like, look at this. They don't know. Some of them things are fucking horribly bad.
Yeah.
And my kid shouldn't be watching. I'm like, oh, no, kid. No, you can't look at this no more. So I'm glad they ran up on me. I'm like, hey, look at this. Mm-hmm. But Felicity had discovered 21 Pilots. They're not that new.
Yeah, I know.
They're, what, almost 10 years old now?
I can't remember, to be
honest.
At
least 5 years.
I was going to say, I think it's like 5 to 6 years. Maybe 5.
Half a decade.
Yeah.
So, okay.
And it felt weird for me, too, because when she first said she wanted me to listen to them, that they were one of her favorite bands, I, too, felt some type of way. Mm-hmm. I felt almost biased, and I had never felt biased before. Not really. I mean,
it's like a cringe that happens without even knowing.
Oh no, there's no way. There's
involuntary reflex.
And I was dismissive, and it probably hurt her feelings. Like, she was probably disappointed in my reaction because I was just like, oh no. And then I remember her face too. She's like, it's poetry, and like
spoken
and I was
word.
like, poetry, whatever, get out of here with that. Like, but then I started listening to it months later, and I'm like, it is poetry, it's variety, it's beauty, it's expression, it's two of them, and they can do anything they want, they can go anywhere they want, and I absolutely love it, and I think that's great. So, and even trying to explain it to other people, like, how different they are and how great they are. Other people, I felt exactly how Felicity felt. It's poetry.
What do you mean?
You hurt my feelings. Stop. Give me a little more credit than that. Shit. Yeah. And that's probably what she was thinking.
So what was it that...
That what?
One of the songs that you liked was Car Radio.
Oh, yes. It's one of my favorites.
It reminds me, because she listens to that Watsky guy, and he does a lot of the spoken word type rhyme and rapping style. And he's got the one, No Handlebars. It's kind of similar to my Car Radio.
Maybe I'll check them
I wonder if his car radio was really broken.
And he's just like, I'm stuck with I'm stuck in my head, I have this sound.
Yeah.
That's probably how I would feel, because I absolutely love my music, and I do use it as my biggest distraction. Like, some people it's their video games, some people it's Facebook, some people, you know what I mean, and mine is music, so
that has always been music.
Oh. So, yeah, they're great. I liked Car Radio, Ride, Tearing My Heart, Fairly Local, Migraine, Kitchen Sink. The list goes on and on and on. I could just go on and on and on. Forest.
And I think their
Hands for
breakthrough
Guns
was, for adults anyway, would have been the hook in...
Heathens?
Yeah, Heathens. But
that's
what's the movie?
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's what turned me on. Actually, that's what really made me start considering it as an option, was when I heard the Heathen song from the Suicide Squad soundtrack, and I liked them a lot outside of her reference. I didn't know they were the same band until I looked it up.
Mm-hmm. And that just shows how they can fluctuate between different types
genres.
of...
Yeah, I love it. And he even talks about that in the Lane Boy song.
Versatile.
They're like, stay in your lane. And he's like, fuck you, I'll go where I want.
Yeah.
There shit isn't a highway.
Lil Wayne tried to do that.
And he didn't succeed. He wasn't as successful. But he isn't as cool as them. I don't give a fuck. That boy is awkward on screen, but that's what makes him so fucking great, so cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he embraces every part of himself, even the awkward parts, and somehow makes them great, and I think that's great.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of that, and one day we'll have music when we do music shows. Right now we're just podcasting.
Yeah.
We play music every once in a while.
Yeah, we play music every once in a while, but not as much as maybe should. I don't know.
Well, here lately we just haven't.
Half empty, half full. If you want music, this might not be the place all the time.
Okay, so it's almost coming up on a year of our alternative universe.
Yes.
It's Trump world.
Trump world.
Trump's new world order. As
Oh
some are
my
citing
God, Trump. Our mango in chief.
it. The Cheeto.
Oh my God, Cheeto.
That's funny.
Not the Don, the Cheeto.
Yeah, he ain't the Don no more.
Fuck no.
Hugh Hefner died. I guess that was
Right?
an American Don.
So,
Man, I wonder about the stories that's about to pop off after that sleazy motherfucker just
oh my
died.
God. There's so much shit. There's so much shit. I almost stopped paying attention.
Yeah.
Just because I felt myself getting so angry. Like, I wanted to go blow shit up. And I don't normally want to go blow shit up. So, I had to step back for a minute.
About to get the FBI and the federales after us.
Right.
National security.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that. So I had to step back. I couldn't go too far down the rabbit hole.
So, in a span of a year, this guy has... I wouldn't say he created division. Division was already there, but he gave a platform or a voice to it. In so much as even the cabinet that Jeff Sessions, the Attorney General guy, still refuses to acknowledge the KKK and the neo-Nazis as extreme racial identity groups.
When they identify with a specific race, and they're mainly a specific race, there's no profiling on the white side as opposed to all the other colors and all the other groups.
When they what they mean is when they embrace their identity, their race identity, or identify with their race, which you can't identify with a race.
We're all mutts.
Like you
Good
can't.
God,
like
Ricky,
you
what
can't,
are you?
Irish, Czechoslovakian, Indian, American.
I am ancient Chinese, German, Polish, Indian, American.
Yeah. Yeah, the Polish. I forgot about. That's the Czechoslovakian.
Yeah, same shit. So, or same area.
Scandinavian.
Yeah.
Like we had our last one die at 90 some years old. How was he? 92 or 98?
Jimmy.
Uncle George.
Uncle George. Okay.
Yeah. He was our last Czechoslovakian.
Okay.
He is full blooded.
I don't know how he was old when he died.
So I guess we're fucking Russian. Aren't they up there in Russia?
Yeah.
Soviet Union and shit.
Then the
or
Irish
whatever,
is from
the
your
USSR,
father, right?
I don't know. Huh?
And then the Irish
Yes,
is from your father.
Dad is Irish. The lady, the man, McAllister man, came over and got a squaw. Cherokee squaw. And Mom's is Indian, too, is Sioux.
Sioux, yeah.
Sioux.
That's what I have, yeah.
And we had family on a reservation somewhere that I don't remember. Yes.
And then my father was, our last name was Ancient Chinese. Supposedly related to Hitler, but the only reason I say supposed is because I didn't read it for myself in the book, and my dad liked to tell stories. So, I could always find that out, I guess, if I wanted to pay some money. But we know that we're German, we know that we're Ancient Chinese on his side, and then a little bit of Indian too, but I can't remember.
Yeah, and the American Falls and Jesse James. Now that is a true story.
Yes.
And our grandma, our three greats back, because he was three greats, had a halfway house. I want to say Beckley or some shit like that. Not a halfway, a border house. And when they would come down the Appalachian Trail and shit there, that they would stop with their horses and supply up, I guess. And that's how they had ran into the Ford gang. It was the young Cole and Younger gang.
Yeah, the young Cole and Younger gang. Yeah.
Freaking gangs everywhere.
Yeah, outlaws. We're all out. We all come from.
Yeah, well, our family really truly comes from a strict long line of outlaws.
Outlaws, yeah.
Yeah. Whoop whoop. Yeah. So we're cursed. We ain't got no monies.
But if we make an impact on this fucking world, don't ever forget it.
So impacting the world in the world of Fairmont. As you know, we've talked about our Human Rights Commission that we've all kind of got together and been advocating and pushing to the point that we even got our city council to pass for us to have a Human Rights Commission. People are taking it as a human rights ordinance, and that it's going to be a law that will allow men into women's restrooms of this non-discrimination LGBT
the Q is taken out.
RSTHHS to 2,500 fucking alphabet letters. To be not discriminated against by. So,
because they want to hate on the gays so much.
Yeah. The truth is, Alan Witt from the Family Policy Council contacted our officials the very day that it hit the agenda and was announced in a newspaper that we were going to have a public hearing on a Human Rights Commission as a vote to fulfill the slots of an existing commission with new language and adopt or take away the authority to impose laws. So that's what we did. That's what the resolution was for. We already have a Human Rights Commission. So these people, these Trinity Church, Covenant Church, and whatever John Paulus' church is, and I know he's got, it used to be Light of Life down there off of Morgantown Avenue and Oregon Avenue, back there in the cut where Light of Life used to be, stands this church with John Paulus and this Alan Witt and the Family Policy Council, Barry Bledsoe. I'm name dropping like a fucking shit.
So what she's saying is that these ignorant people really are
churches,
letting their hatred blind them
God people.
To the whole point of this, which was not to give anyone power,
Pastor Josh,
to sue or to anything. To,
not
to
even allow
them.
men in women's bathrooms because
Nothing
it's not a federal state law. We don't
about education.
Yeah,
and that just
and
shows
throwing events and things.
And that just shows how,
community.
In my mind, now mind you, my sister has been more involved. This is her dream. I've just helped when I can, where I can. So, in my mind, that says to me that that's how fucking stupid they are. Because they missed the whole point. Let their hatred blind them to the whole point, which was education, not power. And let their fear consume them. Or even use that as a reason to exploit the public's fears in order to work against us. And that is ridiculous.
And that's that's that Travis Travis talk shit, man. And that's what they did. They sure to fuck came into a small populace. This is probably like some social engineer experiment of conquer and divide. I'm not lying, because they were funded. I know that's just I'm just being extreme. But the real thing that happened is they were funded by this multi-million-dollar fucking people, this family policy council fucks, who automatically said as long as sexual orientation and gender identity was included in the freaking ordinance that as people, they would not back down. So they used every fear